What is up, everybody? It is I, Wasabi Ice Cream. I just wanted to talk about some stuff today. um, Mostly involving Pokemon, to be honest. And like, I don't really have a plan. There's not gonna be a podcast today. But I just wanted to talk about just this specifically. Just to get this like off my chest, because I don't know, this has been like bothering me for a long time. If you know anything about us here, is that we talk about like Pokemon a lot. Not a lot, but every time it comes up, we've always got like something to say about it. But I never really thought about exactly what I wanted to say, and I kind of still haven't. I scribbled some stuff down on a pad here just so I don't like ramble on like I usually do. But there's really just like two things I want to talk about regarding Pokemon here. In regards to, the recent announcements that just happened, and just the like, I don't know, like the history of Pokemon, and like, I guess like where I'm coming at from it. So like, I guess it's like kind of, I don't know, ironic that we're doing this on Pokemon Day, but happy Pokemon Day, everybody. But so yeah, I'm just gonna talk about this and just kind of I don't know, just explain what's been bothering me about all this. So I guess I'll start with dude, fucking you Pokemon fans out there. And by the way, I'm gonna say some heinous shit probably. So if you want to send some like hate mail or like leave some comments, or like, this is gonna be on YouTube, so like thumbs down the video if you want, and like just leave some like hate comments. Jump in our Discord channel and tell us how much you disagree or whatever. I don't care. I just want to talk about this because I feel like this is just getting like ignored a lot. So, but like, I'm on your side, Pokemon fans, because fucking you deserve better. Okay, you deserve better. Um, I've I hold the belief that Pokemon climaxed at Gold and Silver, and from there it's been like a steady decline, not a sharp decline. I mean, they've had some gems like once in a while. I think a lot of people like black and white, Black and White 2. A lot of people like those ones. And those ones are okay. But for me, I stopped caring about Pokemon after like Gold and Silver. After that, it was downhill. The last one I actually played was Sun and Moon, and I played like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours of it and just like gave up because it just felt like a complete waste of time. Um, so most of you Pokemon fans probably know more about like the state of Pokemon than I do, and I'll fully admit that. Like, I haven't played it since Gold and Silver. I haven't cared about it since Gold and Silver. Um, but this reigns true still, is that they keep putting out the same fucking game over and over again. Now, I'm not talking about Legends Arceus. We'll get to that. What I'm talking about is just like mainline Pokemon, and even Pokemon Snap, I'll include in this, is that they keep putting out the same fucking game, and you people keep buying it just over and over again, the same fucking game. Um, it's insane to me that Pokemon is the single largest franchise on the planet by degrees of several billions of dollars. The largest franchise on the planet. Now, that's not entirely just their video game division. That includes like their video games and their anime and like TV shows and movies and toys and shit like that. That's everything included. Pokemon is the biggest franchise on the planet. Not even close. Second place, not even close. Second place, several billions. I think second place is like Hello Kitty or something. But I think Pokemon is in like the hundreds of billions, and Hello Kitty is about like 80 billion or something like that. Not even fucking close, man. So it boggles my mind. Now, if we're just talking video games, I think the video game division alone is like the third largest video game franchise after Mario and Tetris. And you can do this research. You can look it up. You can look at the numbers yourself. But if we're just talking video games alone, it's still the third largest video game franchise ever. Okay, so it boggles my mind that they consistently put out subpar, substandard levels of quality in their video games, man. Um, so that's my first point, is that you deserve better, Pokemon fans. You deserve better. Um, my first point is not as strong as my second point. Like, I don't really care that much about Pokemon in general, but my second point here, and this is going to be like a short thing, I just wanted to get off my chest, but my second point is, when it comes to, so they announced the new game Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it is a open world game, quote unquote open world game. Now, this term open world has become extremely diluted. Extremely diluted. We're just throwing around this term not knowing what it actually means. Well, actually now it doesn't mean anything now. I mean, now that term is like the term Metroidvania or roguelike. I mean, these terms have become so diluted over time. Excuse me. Over time that they don't mean anything anymore, not on their own. When you say open world, well, that can mean anything these days. When you say like RPG, well, fuck, everything's a fucking RPG now. Everything I'm leveling up and getting like equipment and crafting and shit like that. Like these terms become so diluted. So what do we actually mean when we say open world? This game, Legend Arceus. Well, actually, so they're comparing this game to. They're saying, oh, it's the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon, which couldn't be further from the fucking truth. I mean, Breath of the Wild, people forget, Breath of the Wild is not just an open world game. That game is heavily systems driven. That game is like heavily based on emergent gameplay. It's not just an open world. If you want to talk about like the difference between a game that's like just an open world or like systems driven, and people are gonna hate me for this, but Horizon Zero Dawn, that game is just an open world. That game is a very bog standard open world game. Now, it's a good open world game. I carry 956 in the house. What's up? What's up? Just talking my shit real quick, man. Horizon Zero Dawn is like what I would just call just a standard open world game. It takes concepts from many different open world games and doesn't really do anything new with it. Now, look, it's a good game in its own right, but when we're talking about when we're comparing things to Breath of the Wild. Now, this Horizon Zero Dawn came out a month before Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Wild is doing so much more with its open world game that it's not fair to compare it to most other games, especially this Pokemon game. I mean, in Breath of the Wild, you've got these systems that are intertwined with each other that affect every other aspect of the gameplay. And what do I mean by that? Like when it's raining, so many things are affected by when it fucking rains. Like your metals attracts like lightning bolts, and you get struck by lightning if you're carrying metal. Or when you're walking, your footsteps are quieter, so you can sneak easier. It puts your fires out. It's harder to climb mountains because it's slippery and shit like that. Or some of the landscape puddles up. Like all of this stuff happens just because it's raining, and that's just one like component of that game which it happens to be an open world game, but it's not just an open world game. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like all these articles are coming out like, dude, oh, Arceus, man, it's finally, this is what we've been dreaming of. Finally, an open world game. We've been dreaming about this, guys. I don't see it. Not based on the gameplay. And look, I'll give it some leeway here. It is extremely early for this game, so they probably shouldn't have shown it in the state that it's in right now because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks bad. It looks bad. They probably shouldn't have shown it like this. But like the frame rate is terrible. The texture quality is terrible. It just looks bad. It looks bad. But the open world that this game is gonna have is, from what we've seen so far, I'll give them credit. It's early, but from what we've seen so far and what we know so far, it's not going to be anywhere near the level of quality that you would get from a Breath of the Wild or like a Metal Gear Solid 5. And Mark Brown from Gameoverse Toolkit has a great video on like emergent gameplay and systems driven open worlds. So like I'll paste that in the video later. But like from what we know about this game, there's not going to be any. It's one region, the Sinnoh region. There's going to be no trainers, no leagues, no gyms, no cities, no towns. There's going to be one like hub town, uh, which is fine. But when you're talking like systems, I'm thinking what kind of systems this game is going to have. Like if I have a fire Pokemon, can I like burn things up? Or if I have like a Pokemon that can dig, can I have it like dig through the earth and like unlock new paths? Or because I think my definition of an open world game, or what my expectations from an open world game have changed since I've played games like Breath of the Wild and Metal Gear Solid 5. What I expect is, I expect the game to let me ask the question, what if? Like if I can ask that question and the game lets me answer that question, I think that's a successful open world game. Otherwise, why the fuck, you shouldn't even be open world at that point. Or like you could, but it's not going to make a difference either way, right? Like the beauty of a game like Metal Gear Solid 5 is asking a question, oh, I wonder if I can do that. And then you try it and you might fuck it up, but it leads to a whole nother experience of like, well, I tried that and fucked it up, and now I'm going to try this because that didn't work. Or, in Breath of the Wild, like the beauty of it was like just experimenting with things. Like, I wonder if I chop this tree down and use stasis on it and then knock the trunk around. I wonder if I can fly across the map. And then this whole world of speed running is unlocked because people found out how to fly across the map so easy. Like that's the kind of stuff that I'm expecting from an open world. These systems that are intertwined and woven into each other and unlock so many different aspects of gameplay that just you fall upon naturally. It doesn't have to be programmed into the game. It doesn't have to be designed. It can just be naturally discovered by the players. So that's that's all I have about this. Is I think people are kind of overreacting to this trailer here, or this game entirely, when they say, "Oh my God, it's open world. It's like Breath of the Wild." You're gonna be disappointed. I think you're gonna be severely disappointed by what you get here. Like my expectation is, it's gonna be like a Pokemon Let's Go type of thing, where it's like it's a lot smaller scale. Um, and how, like, maybe, who knows, if this game does really well, maybe they'll expand it into the mainline series. But I don't think you're not going to get that the level of Pokemon that you're going to expect from the mainline series games. Leo gets in the house. What's up? What's up? Um, that's pretty much all I had to say about this. If anyone has any questions or any hate mail or like comments or whatever, fucking just dislike the video, and or I'll open the chat up to questions if anyone has any Any questions? Leo Getz asks, "Is that current gen?" So I don't know if you know, but the trailer we're seeing now is the newly announced open world Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. So yeah, I think it combines like several generations. It takes place like in the past, so it takes place before like trainers existed and battling existed or some shit like that. Um, yeah, I just don't think people are looking at this and going, "Oh shit, Breath of the Wild," but it's just not. You're missing like you're entirely missing what Breath of the Wild did for open world. Like it wasn't just an open world game. There was a lot more to it, and that was the beauty of that game. So what are we at at now? Like 20 minutes. That's really all I had to say. There's not going to be a podcast today. My schedule is going to be changing actually. So I thought we might be able to do the podcast on Tuesday, but we might not be able to do it on Tuesday. I'll have to see. We'll have to play that by ear. But yeah. So that's really all I had to say about this. I'll um I'll post this video in the chat right now, and then I'll link it in the video later. But when I get an open world game, this is the kind of shit that I want, man. I want a systemic, um, I want a systems driven game, really. So, and I just don't like if you're not doing at least a little bit of this. Kind of the problem I had with Cyberpunk, to be honest. Like Cyberpunk is an open world game, but it just doesn't it didn't feel like any of the systems in that game played with each other. You know what I mean? It seemed like it all existed separately from itself. I mean, even though like the cops would never fight any of the like the bad guys, or the hacking seemed like it existed completely separately from the gunplay, and it just um at that point, like I'm like, why even build an open world? Because just nothing's really interacting with each other. Uh, so um, yeah, so that's all I had to say about this. Um, Leo Getz says that's because of last gen consoles. Uh, you can say that, but last gen had games on it that were doing a lot more shit than that. So I don't NPCs fighting each other never existed before, but it has though. It has. If you ever played Far Cry, Far Cry has Far Cry has like three different factions in it, and also has like animals in it, or like I think it has like yeah, Far Cry has like three different factions. I think I'm talking about like Far Cry 5. I think 5 is that the one that's like Troy Baker. Far Cry 5 has three different factions and it has animals, and if they come across each other, they're gonna fight each other. So like there's times in that game and you can lure an elephant into like a different faction's territory, or like you'll break an animal out of a cage and then it'll start like killing everyone because like that's just what like they're just programmed. Their systems are interacting with each other that it just happens, or like it has existed before. It exists in a lot of games. Like Ubisoft, every Ubisoft game does it basically. Um, but like our expectations, I guess, are so low because the term open world has become so diluted. Uh, or you just memeing. I know, but I just wanted to like I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this just a little bit, just a little bit, man, because it's. I don't know. It's bugged me for a long time, to be honest. The state of Pokemon, and I just want better. I want better for everyone, man. Like it sucks to me that Pokemon Snap they're releasing a new Pokemon Snap, and all it is just a prettier version of that N64 game. That's all it is. You're getting fucked. That game is like fucked, man. When Bug Snacks can come out and it's a better Pokemon Snap than the one that's coming up. Like it's crazy to me. like it's crazy to me that we're not asking for better from the literally the largest fucking franchise on the planet. Okay, they can't just shift funds around to their video game department and say, "Hey, hire the best developers on the planet, hire the best animators on the planet, hire the best artists on the planet, and let's make the best Pokemon game ever." Right? Because they have the money to do that. They have the money to do that 10 times if they wanted to. But they've gotten so comfortable releasing subpar products, releasing substandard products, and knowing that people are going to fucking buy it anyway, that they just, there's no drive for them to do better. So that's what I'm upset about. As an ex Pokemon fan, I just want better. I just want better. I want to love Pokemon again, and I can't. So, but it's not Nintendo though. The thing is, it's not Nintendo, because if it was Nintendo, they would have done what they've done with Zelda. They would have done what they did with Mario Odyssey, and they would have completely taken the formula and just thrown it in the trash and just completely rebuilt and said, "Hey, what are the core components? What do we actually need here, and where can we improve?" And they're not doing that with Pokemon, because it's not Nintendo, it's a Pokemon company. That's the important thing to know. It's the Pokemon company. It's not Nintendo. That's why they make the Pokemon company makes all their own announcements, like, separate from Nintendo, because they're their own entity. It's like weird like that. But yeah. Anyway, that's I think that's all I had. Um, yeah, that's all I had. So no podcast this week. Maybe we'll see. We'll play by ear. I'll let you guys know. But Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Discord. We're out here. We do this. So, all you upset Pokemon fans, and if you feel slighted about what I said about Horizon Zero Dawn, also you too, leave a comment. Thumbs down, thumbs up if you agree, I guess. Thumbs down if you disagree. If it's more complicated than that, leave a comment. Um, you know, I want some discussion about this, because I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. So let's have some discussion about this, like, for fuck's sake. Um, but yeah, that's gonna do it. So that's it. Thanks.